A moment in your life that you can think about that completely changed the outlook of the world.
Completely changed the outlook of my...
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 5 with T5. We're bringing local business owners, community champions, and all-around amazing individuals on to learn about them, their stories, or business in a quick and effective way. My name is Stephen Turnbull with T5 Insurance, your host, and I'm honored today to have Christina Sprague join us with Sprague sCollision Center. As always, we're going to start the clock with 5 rapid-fire questions for our guest, and then we'll get into learning a little bit more. Christina, you ready to rock?
Let's go.
All right, question number 1. Right out of the gate. If you could instantly learn any language, which one would you choose and why?
Oh, French, without question. Absolutely love France, love Paris, my favorite city.
Love that. Love that. And question number 2. If you could have any musician, dead or alive, perform at your next birthday party, wherever you would want it to be, who would it be?
All right, this one isn't necessarily for me. It's going to be for my husband, but Motley Crue.
Look at that. Putting your husband immediately first. There you go. Noted. All right. A little bit more personal, I guess I would say. But one question is number 3. A moment in your life that you can think about that completely changed the outlook of the world.
Completely changed the outlook of my world.
For you. A moment in your life that you can think of. And remember, everybody that's listening, Christina has no idea what these questions are. So this is rapid fire. But what would that moment be that first comes to mind for you?
Two moments, but they're the same thing. When I met my biological parents.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yep. Pretty incredible. Wonderful experience meeting both of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was adopted as a baby.
If you could, question number 4, design your perfect day. Walk us through it, start to finish. What is Christina's perfect day?
Easy. I mean, I'd love to. I'm a morning person. I'd love to wake up early in the morning. I want to get the sunlight. I want to get some exercise. I want to drink my coffee in peace. I love mornings. I love to be able to go to work. I love helping my team throughout the day, answering questions, helping the public, walking them through basically a crisis when you're in the auto body industry, and spending a lot of time with my dog and my family.
I love that. What's the coffee of choice?
Definitely Adirondack by Utica Coffee.
Has to be Utica Coffee, right? Big cannoli guy over here, I'll say. Big cannoli at Utica Coffee guy. All right, last question, number 5. One thing from your childhood that you wish you could make a comeback.
Oh gosh, all my time spent at my family camp. Loved growing up with my cousins, growing up on the water, on the lake, on the boat, playing hide and seek, really, all of those great core memories.
I love that. That's great. I saw it was either a meme or one of these Instagram reels or something the other day that said like it was, a video of a family on the river or on a lake or whatever on their boat. And it was like me not realizing at the time that my family is investing in my memories, not just investing in a property or investing in a boat, right? I think that's completely powerful. 3 minutes. We did it. First 5 questions. We're going to dive into a little bit more about you, your story. I just I want to start by, we've only known each other for maybe 6 months, maybe through BNI. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you. I know we're gonna I'm gonna meet your husband Dean in the next couple of weeks here. We're having a dinner that we put together, but just super inspiring to see the business that you guys have grown and the passion behind that. I think the passion is the most important thing that you show every week at BNI when we get together and meet, but to talk about your business, and it's just super inspiring. So tell us the story of the business, and if you want to start with the story of yourself and go into the business, and then we can go from there on the specific things we want to talk about.
So yeah, it's kind of funny. This is a male-dominated industry. I love being a female in the industry. I love being able to kind of pave the way here for our community and really educate our community about what the process looks like. My history, I come from an education background. I've got a master's in special education, so you'll see that transparency and that education really come through in all of our social media. And basically, when a customer comes into our shop, we're really educating them on that process. My husband's been doing body work since he was maybe 15, 16 years old. So this is something that he's grown up with. I came into the industry 10 years ago. There were no teaching jobs available. So it was either I continued to try and look for a job or, learn the industry. And our shop had just been built, and we started from the ground up, and we just grew it over the past 10 years, he and I, but with an incredible team. We wouldn't be here without them.
Mhm. Take us back to those early days, because I can never have conversations enough with people that have started a business, being a young entrepreneur, and you can attest for this, of the
Yeah,
people don't realize the journey unless you've been in the journey, right? I mean, some people that
I do.
maybe haven't gone down that road, oh, that must be so hard, like it's a lot of work, but you don't really realize, I think, the sweat and tears, the late nights, the sleepless nights, whatever it is, of thinking, are you doing the right thing? Is this the right decision?
Mhm.
But you have to make the decision. We can go on and on. Take
Yeah.
us back to those early days of how the business started and what that
It
looked like.
Every one of those things you just noted. It was those late nights. It was weekends working. It was, I would work all day long and do every aspect of that business, from all of the accounts receivable and accounts payable to calling customers, scheduling, doing all the marketing, the vendor and insurance relationships. I would do all of that. My husband would be in the shop painting in the paint booth at night. He'd be doing the body work, sanding the bumpers, writing all of the estimates. I'd go home from work at night. I'd cook dinner. I'd bring it back to the shop. We'd eat at our desk. And it was night after night, year after year. There was a lot of sacrifice that was made. And a lot of people didn't, very close to us, didn't understand why we were putting in that much hard work, that we couldn't take a vacation. We couldn't go away for a long weekend. It was a sacrifice that we made, and we knew in the long run this is going to pay off. We had to be there and show our team by example, basically of the high quality work that we expect, and we're going to be there doing the work with you
Mm,
along the way, and we still are every day. So that part's never changed.
yeah. And I think you mentioned it, and I know this too, but is it 10 years? How many
10
years has
years.
it been? 10 years. So looking back at the 10 years, what is, if you look back to those early days, what's something that maybe you didn't expect, like, for good or for bad, that about the business? Because I think I was talking to another agency owner that's a good friend of mine in Maryland last night that we talk often to, and I tell people, I've surrounded myself with a lot of people that are on the same escalator. We're just on different steps. So
Yeah.
he's in like year 8 of his agency. He's got a lot more team members and all those, but like there's different levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and every level is hard. It's a different level of hard. Maybe
It
from
is.
growing the business and getting clients, and then managing the team and making sure you have a good call. All these things, but like looking back at those steps, what were some big key things that you remember along the way?
Well, you're going to make mistakes, obviously. Big mistakes, little mistakes. I remember thinking it was a great idea to send out these cards to all of my customers for a percentage off, their auto body labor. And when they started to come in, I thought, oh man, that's a lot of money. But it was still good for our community relationships, good for building those relationships. I think what we didn't really expect to happen was the growth to happen this quickly.
Mm,
We took educated risk through the last 10 years. Our biggest risk to date, of course, was moving into this building. There was a body shop that was here. It was very reputable. And kind of towards the end of its life, the owner unfortunately had passed away, and his wife was running it and getting close to retirement. And I cold called her one day and asked her if she'd be willing to sell me the building. And after a few months of negotiation, we made it work. We came to an agreement, and we went from a team of 4 to 12 overnight.
wow. Okay, we're gonna put the business to the side here.
Okay.
Where do you think that drive comes from you? I want to rewind without rewinding for everybody of what Christina just said. I cold called the person for the building. That's how it happened. That's what developed the calculator risk. That's what developed the biggest risk of the building. Like, what do you think? Where do you think that comes from? And also, if you can answer the question for somebody who might be listening to this that is thinking about taking a big risk in their life, thinking about a career change, thinking about movement, whatever, what might that be?
Well, what I had nothing to lose. What was she going to tell me? No. That's okay. I can deal with no. And but if you don't take that risk, you'll never know if that opportunity is there. And I've always considered myself an opportunist. I don't know what that next move in my life is going to be. My husband and I see things the same way. But if an opportunity presents itself and you know that you've got the ability and you've got the energy to do it,
Sure.
the drive to do it, then why not give it a shot? That's how we just see things. We've done investment properties over the years, and we would always buy things, and I know it probably sounds a little stupid, but we would buy things with no contingencies, and we would take our risk.
Hmm.
And we've made some good decisions, we've made some not so great decisions, but everything worked out in the end.
Yeah.
And I mean the work ethic, I don't, I think it's who I am as a person. I had a conversation with Scott Greats about this, and I said, I think anybody has the ability to do this. My husband and I don't come from anything. We were never given a step up in life. It's taken just hard work every single day, just grit, and just, you do good work and you be good to people every day. And it'll eventually come around. Sometimes you just have to bide your time to do it. And we had to bide our time, to get to where we are.
Yeah. Hard work and dedication is something you just said. And I want to read something that you provided to us before the show. And I want you to, expand on it further because I love this topic. Said here, I attribute most of the company's success to consistent hard work and dedication. My husband quit high school and has his GED. He was told he'd never make it for himself, and he's one of the best businessmen I know.
Yeah.
Louder for the people in the back. I love this conversation.
Yeah.
Tell us what that statement means to you.
That is huge to me. It's not something that he talks about much, but for me, I was pushed to go to college. I've got a master's degree. I spent 7 years in school. I don't use it. But I don't use it in the traditional sense, but
Sure.
I learned a lot, of course, in my formal education. I don't think you need that. I don't think everybody needs it. And for him specifically, he was told, he was one of the bad kids. He was told he'd never do anything in life. He'd never get anywhere. And his personality is just, you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to figure it out, and I am going to be successful one way or another. Whatever your industry is, you just have to be the best at it, regardless. I know other businessmen. I've got a friend of mine that does our towing for us. Also, didn't graduate high school, has his GED. And I think, that was just what's right for him. He wanted to get directly into the workforce, just like my husband, and just get moving forward. And he's proved a lot of people wrong. He's got a great business sense, and that's just, inherent to him.
The theme of what we've been talking about a lot is just believing yourself, double down and doing the work. And I think something that comes from that we can both relate to, that I'd like to touch on, is the loneliness that might feel at that stage of taking the jump. And, hey, I'm going to buy this building. And there may be 10 people in your close circle, and 9 of them say, Christina, that's not a good idea because this and this. What if this happens? What if that happens? But deep down that buying that building, deep down starting that business is going to take you to the next level. Talk about navigating some of those emotions.
We absolutely had that throughout the years. We had been told that we're crazy. When my husband originally went to go build the building in Utica with a good friend of ours, Matt Naimi, it was a 14,000 square foot building with absolutely no customer base in the Utica area. And he said, well, we're going to build it. And if you build it, they will come. And that was the truth. And, and it was slow going at first. Again, it just took a lot of grit and dedication over the years. Same thing here. We just went for it.
Yeah.
If, no and failure is not an option to us.
Right.
You're going to figure it out one way or another. And,
right.
But again, going back to that, it's, I talk a lot about him and I talk a lot about our dedication, but we would not be here without our team. That team you treat like family. They really are our family. I had one of my technicians over for dinner last night after he helped us do something at our house. And, we wouldn't be here without them.
Yeah, I wanted to pivot to exactly what you just talked about. One last thing I want to say to your point. I tell people all the time is the realization of betting on yourself, starting a business, whatever, insert here. The only time to figure it out is when you need to figure it out, right? You can sit there and plan it. The what if, the plan A, B, C, and D. The only time you're going to truly figure something out is if that is the only option.
Agreed.
Right? Talked about earlier about the growth. You maybe didn't expect the growth this quick, and those were things you had to navigate through in your team. Talk to us about that. Talk to us about how important it is to refer to them as team members, not employees, not staff. What is that? How does that look at Sprague sCollision?
Well, our team, what that means to us is that we're going to be on the floor doing the same things with them. My husband's going to be washing cars. My manager will be out there washing cars. If my reconditioning technician is out sick, the manager will be out there. He steps up to the plate. Dean will be out there scuffing a bumper if it needs scuffing, in the paint booth at night, making sure that vehicles are painted so that we don't bottleneck those paint booths the following day. The team members, what that means to us is that we're no better than anybody else. We're in there cleaning the bathrooms, vacuuming the floors, doing everything that needs to be done, organizing parts rooms, material, as well as just, making food for them, celebrating everybody's birthdays, making sure that everybody feels valued. And that's not a hard thing to do when you're sincere about it.
Yeah, you just said it right there. I was going to say it if you didn't. Make sure they feel valued. They just want to feel a part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just know you guys do a fantastic job. If I try to change the topic, we may turn this into 2-hour conversation. So we should probably wrap this up. This has been fantastic. Talk to us a little bit more specifically about the business. What do you guys do? Who can you help? Make sure where you're at. All of that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, our market is quite large in this area. I mean, we're helping anybody that's a driver. Most your make models of vehicles. We don't do rust work and we don't do restoration work. That's the only thing we really kind of steer away from. But we work with all insurance companies. We negotiate with all insurance companies. We make that process for our customers extremely easy. You file that claim. It's the only thing I can't really do for you. You get that statement in. And then our front-end team will walk you through the rest of that process. We're using all original parts. We're warrantying all of our work, and we answer any questions as we move through. So our customers have a complete understanding of what that process is going to look like from start to finish.
Yeah, it's so crucial, and I appreciate everything you do with the people that we've sent you. Is like the education is so important. That's just whether you're purchasing the insurance on our end or you have to use it and you're going through that, you don't know what you don't know, and you need people just to simply let people know it's going to be okay. And you guys do a fantastic job with that.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that for the community.
Real quick about that is that we're not reinventing the wheel here.
Right.
What I do isn't rocket science, and you just break it down for people. And you explain how to read and understand an auto body estimate, which are all digital. They're all manufacturer derived. They're very easy. And once people understand that, you're all on the same page.
Yeah, for sure. Where can everybody get along? I know you got a lot of social media stuff. Where can everybody get in touch with you if they need to, or just follow your journey, like your pages? What's the best place?
Yeah, definitely go on to Facebook, Sprague's Collision page on Facebook. We do a lot of posts, a lot of education pieces, a lot of updates on that, a lot of behind the scenes photos of the shop, what's going on back there, what my techs are doing. But go on to our website as well, spraguescollision.com. There's a contact form on there. There's forms on there that you might need to fill out if we're doing repairs for you. It's very easy to navigate and easy to learn a little bit more about the process as well.
Love it. Christina, thank you so much for taking the time. This was great. And I'm not kidding that if I tried to change to what I wanted to, we'd be here for hours, because I love this conversation. But
Same.
I appreciate, the honest conversation, the transparency, and I think it's going to really resonate with some people. Everybody, that's another wrap episode of 5 with T5. Thanks for joining us on this engaging conversation. Make sure to check out our YouTube channel, Facebook page at T5 Insurance. Until next time, remember, the power of connection and learning from one another is what makes our community thrive. But most importantly, remember to make an impact today in someone's life, even if that's your own. Stephen Turnbull here with T5 Insurance. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Thank you.